check. Yes. Good evening. How is everybody doing? I am doing pretty decent. Just came from my mom's house. Ace, how are you? You missed my old curtain, the green curtain. Yeah, there's a lot of space behind me right now. If you can see that. But I'm probably turning the camera the wrong way. Let's see it like this. The old curtain. It's probably in a box somewhere. I did bring it with me, but I don't know if it's gonna fit anywhere else. Probably in the back of me there's gonna be a window and a door. You know, the old garage door is gonna go. And I'll probably put some blinders down there. Mrs. Kroder has been testing the game. Schildmaid MX. No, she has not. She did watch the trailer though, and she watched Shmup Junkie's video. She was quite pleased with that. Yeah, perfect. So Alta Houding is taking care of the chat, answering people's questions. We got 10 viewers. That's not a bad start. So I was thinking I could start off. Yeah, I'll just start off with a run of Jaeger mode, no reloads, just straight up. We'll see what happens with the Wyvern showing off the third ship, and then we're gonna do a Greif Krieger mode run. So yeah, I got 2 runs planned, and in between I might show some cool stuff. I think that's the way to go. Do we all agree with that? Shield Matriarch, nice, yeah. Sequel confirmed. Yeah, but I was thinking, should I show the CRT emulation right now, or shall I wait till we got a fuller house even? Or maybe not. Let me just show it off right now. I could show it off later as well. Glory be to Greif. Sounds like a plan. Good stuff. So let me go into OBS one last time, and turn the game audio on. Perfect. Maybe turn Discord off so we don't get notifications. And let's go. I think the sound is good right now, right? Don't scrimp on showing the menus. Scrimp? Skimp, you mean? Or am I missing one of your glorious puns? Menu porn. Alright, so these are the menus. There's a how to play section that shows the little tutorial that you get when you just start out playing the game for the first time as well. 4 slides. Everybody loves slideshows, right? You'll see that when you start playing. There's a ton of options. We got the main options here. Show frames per second, show the timer, screen shake on off, show account in game, ship voice. You can set it to Japanese, Dutch, German, or Russian. Maybe let's try out the Dutch voice. Okay. And then there's language, but I think only English is properly supported right now. We need to do the localization bit still. Video options, there's a lot. I think, yeah, the graphics preset. Did I set it to custom or just high and then adapted? Looks like high is my custom. And then there is the scan lines bit. So let me just back out and into the stream, and you're gonna see that it doesn't look that great because of the downsized resolution on this screen, because of the smaller screen. But believe me, in real life, when you see it with your own eyes, it's pretty glorious. And then especially when you add the curvature, it goes together really well with all the light effects and the chunky pixels in there. I think it comes together very nicely. It's a glowing sort of arcade monitor feel that you get from it. Yeah. Need to get a good localization guy in. Yeah, I know a few maybe. Yeah, so you need to see it with your own eyes properly. It doesn't come together very well with a downsized screen. You know, it's better to see it in game, but it's there, and it's pretty damn cool. And if you ask Brian Reboot, one of our alpha testers, It's the way to go. It's the way to play, and accept no substitutes. But I think it doesn't come across that well when you're streaming, especially on a smaller downsized screen. Controls. We got a lot. Joystick is arcade stick, of course. Wireless gamepad, and then mouse and keyboard inputs. I'm using gamepad. You got your account where you can log in with an email right now. There are the glorious leaderboards, which are really... we got 17 entries on Jaeger mode right now. That's pretty damn decent. We got Krieger mode. 14 entries there, including my my own flesh and blood, Taran, who's not even last in Jaeger mode. I think he's placed 14th out of 17, above Actane, above Howard, hi Howard, and above Pearl, even world record holder of Helsinki. Imagine that. Yeah, I think Pearl had he showed a screenshot with a much higher score, but I think he hasn't uploaded it yet. He hasn't logged back in to upload that score. And then Chimera mode, we got 8 entries. Chimera mode is a bit of a spoiler. I don't think I'll show you that tonight. I mean, some of the people here already know it, of course. You got your stats, overall stats per game, number of runs, play times, enemy skill, times destroyed, shield activations, bullets absorbed, longest shield, all that stuff. And this I find particularly useful. The deaths by enemy projectile, which are bullets, enemy laser 22, enemy EX laser, only 2 deaths, unguided enemy missiles 22, and guided enemy missiles 17. So actually bullets killed me more than missiles. I'm surprised with that, but it always feels like the missiles get me. And then there's the achievements. I've got 31 out of 35. Which ones am I missing? The big one, 50 million in one run. That's the one I'm missing. Golden God as well. Absorb 5,000 golden bullets in a single run. That doesn't sound too difficult actually from the way I'm playing. Shieldless, it's not that hard an achievement to get. You just need to get around and get it. Bullet Heaven, I also still have to get absorb 50,000 enemy bullets, not in a single run, but in total. So that's just a matter of playing and keep on playing. So yeah, that's the options. 10,000 score has registered. Yeah, get your name in. Add some more names on there. Good stuff. All right, so let's start us a game of Jaeger mode, shall we? With the Wyvern ship. Best ship in the game for scoring, that is.
Welcome to Schildmaid.
Welcome to Schildmaid. You heard it here first. Thick ass Dutch accents. You gotta love it. So last time I showed the Hydra, which is a very middle of the road ship, has guided missiles, good screen coverage. The Wyvern is a very precise tool of destruction. You need to line yourself up with enemies much more, but it has a lot of concentrated fire and does a lot of damage. And because of its deliberate nature, you can be much more precise in which enemies you want to kill and which enemies you want to keep alive, to milk bullets from, which is a very strong, a very important component of the scoring system. And what else makes it so good for scoring is, of course, its movement speed, which is the fastest in the game. So that means you can hoover up a lot of bullets that are that other ships might have to let go. And it's if you have your wits about you, it's easy ship to get yourself out of a tricky situation with, because of its fast movement, as you just saw. Local Dutch shoot-em-ups, Dutch and German, what host snorkers. Dutch and German. Let's be accurate here. Let's not be loose with the facts. in your area. Exactly, Rob already said it, local German Dutch shoot 'em ups. So all in all, not that local anymore. There we go. Yeah, I've got an EX attack loaded up. In Jaeger mode, I always catch myself never using EX much until the second loop. Because it's a bullet killer most of the time. But welcome aboard though, What Ho Snorkers. Good to see you on here. Is this your first time you're seeing Schildmaid MX?
Okay.
Also, what also contributes to the high scoring potential of the Wyvern is that it only has 5 levels to go up to Rising Power before it gets to Gold.
Okay.
So you'll power up fairly quickly with this ship, which means you get to Gold faster than with the other ships. Makes a difference. The Hydra has to power up 1 more level higher, and the Greif has to power up two levels higher.
Okay.
So since I don't have proper homing missiles, I gotta get up close and personal and line myself up with enemies. Especially with the Wyvern, it's kind of tricky to maneuver yourself through the second stage, the laser grid, without endangering yourself.
Danger.
The other 2 ships have homing missiles, so they're a little bit faster. Here we see a new stage 2 mini boss sprite.
Okay.
We updated that a little bit. Well, I say Johannes and Marius, of course.
Danger.
I didn't have much to do with it other than that I gave them some feedback from WLTR and a bunch of numbers saying that it might go a long way to actually change the boss sprites per stage, or the mini boss sprites. Those laser boxes are the bane of my life playing this. Right. Yeah. All ships have the same damage per second on the lowest and highest level. Exactly. Rob, you're scared and confused? It's especially this mode, Lunar Loony, and welcome aboard, by the way. Especially in this mode, Lunar Loony, it's not that difficult a game. It's fairly, I mean, if you're not used to playing shoot 'em ups, it might still be a bit tricky, but it's fairly accommodating. You get 5 lives to start with. Look at the new missiles. Very visible, sir. Very visible. I like the way they look now as well. You get 5 lives to starters. You can we're fairly generous with extents. If you lose the life, we don't reset your power all the way to 0. We just make you drop 1 level, and in this mode you can't even drop more than 1 level in a single stage. So there's no death spiral effect going on where one death leads to another. And of course you've got the shield. So Lunar Loony, check this out. You haven't seen this maybe.
Okay.
Bullets, right? Who cares? Just fly into them. And you get a shield for free. And then you can keep on collecting bullets to power up and boost your score. Just as long as you keep killing enemies. Which are, you know, your shield meter is indicated by the blue bar. And just as you can see that whenever I kill an enemy, it refills a little bit. The bigger the enemy, the more refill I get. So the missiles of the Wyvern, of this ship, are a little bit different in that they fly straight, they don't home, but once they tag an enemy, the rest of the missiles will follow and keep pounding that enemy until it dies. So then they sort of get a tagging homing ability once you tag a strong enemy that doesn't die in 1 hit with them. Here we go. EX weapon, why not? I haven't been using it. So there's a lot of a lot of things in this game to accommodate you. That and this mode starts off. You can see it doesn't start off too crazy. It's not too hectic. No, this mode is designed so that most people who put in a little bit of practice can actually clear it. It even has reloadable checkpoints. How accommodating is that? Steak Muncher. Yeah, you liking the soundtrack? I think I already caught you listening to it on Bandcamp, right? So you know who it's by. I don't need to tell you. But for those that don't know, the soundtrack is composed by Ed Tremblay of Studio Mudprints, Bullet Heaven HD.
Danger.
And he also did the theme for Video Wizards, the main theme tune. So maybe you recognize his signature sound a little bit from that.
Danger.
So when you see me with a red aura around myself, that means I'm in danger. I can no longer take a hit from a bullet.
Weapon ready.
What we got? We got a million at the end of loop 1. That is all right. That's kind of that's what I should be getting at least.
Okay.
Loop 1 in Jaeger mode doesn't have the highest scoring potential, so to speak. Good stuff, all the support. That feeling when you're under pressure and your shield resets. There he is, Steak Eater. Our most talented alpha tester. And still undefeated by the new beta crew. How do I pronounce beta in English? Beta? Beta? Let's say beta. Bang! That ship backed up into an asteroid. Stupid little guy. The poor little sap. So you see that the wyvern, when it concentrates its fire on a ship, it makes mincemeat out of them very quickly. By the way, Lunar Looney, this is not the beginner's choice, this ship. This is the expert's choice. So I'm going to let these ships on the top and the bottom just I'm gonna let them stay alive, so I can actually keep on farming bullets from them. It's a nice little score boost.
Danger.
Oof! Couldn't maintain my shield. It also means my multiplier is reset to its its maximum cap again. Maybe Johannes, since it's a little bit complicated, you can explain the multiplier to people a little bit. Maybe the least intuitive part of our scoring system is the how the multiplier works, but once you get it, you get it.
Danger.
Maybe the least intuitive to explain.
Okay. Danger.
I killed the drone. It's actually not that necessary with this ship because it just gives you extra bullets. With the other two, it's good practice.
Weapon ready. Danger.
Beta. There you go. Bater. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the new missiles, I think they look good and they're very easy to spot now. That should really do it, I think. The tricky thing is that once there's a thick cloud of bullets with missiles traveling with them, you know, it's still not unthinkable that you'll fly into one just when you're getting greedy trying to grab all these gold bullets.
Danger.
Danger. So we're in loop 2 now. Things get a little bit trickier,
Okay.
but this is still not yet Krieger mode levels of tricky. The EX weapon of the Wyvern is probably the flashiest of the three. A big anime beam. Oof. Ah! Almost died there. That was careless.
Okay. Weapon ready. Danger.
Okay. I'm in danger.
Okay.
Thanks, Lunar Looney. The in-game graphics are done by none other than our very own art department,
Okay.
who's actually blood related. Our art department is completely blood related to Alta Houdegen in the chat. And of course, Alter Houdegen himself has worked on a lot of the
Danger.
accompanying visual effects. That was stupid. Alright. Just flew straight into that.
Danger.
So I'm waiting for the kill because I want to
Weapon ready.
have my multiplier up.
Danger.
Yeah. Oh, art department is lurking. Good stuff. Yeah. A very talented art department. For sure. You might be able to tell that the art department collectively is a very big fan of anything Star Wars. And that's interesting because there's a certain influence on the enemy ship designs, I think. And it's interesting to me because there never has been a proper Star Wars licensed 2D shooter.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this will fill that void, but there is a certain visual similarity here, I think. Or at least an influence. An artistic influence.
Danger.
Here we see a new enemy for when you just start playing this this mode. We call them the Bluetooth speakers.
Danger.
They fire a bunch of guided missiles towards you.
Okay.
And as the design philosophy of this game goes, a lot of the enemies by themselves don't pose much of a threat. It's when they really start
Weapon ready.
mixing up in different arrangements and they start conspiring together against you where the tricky situations arise. This track I requested Leon to play on Sound of Play when I was on there on the second last episode of the Sound of Play podcast. But at the time I couldn't yet name the title of the game it was from, because we hadn't announced it yet. I could say this is featured in the magnificent side-scrolling shoot-'em-up Schildmaid MX. I could only say it's featured in that game that's not out yet, and that we can't speak the name of yet. Hey Hauser, good to see ya. Thanks. It doesn't play half bad either, but maybe I'm biased.
Danger.
Ooh!
Weapon ready.
Right now you hear the Dutch ship voice. This is all sorts of risky. So right now, I don't even want to shoot these. Yeah, now it's good. But I didn't want to shoot these enemies because they spit suicide bullets. And when you're in danger mode, you don't want to deal with all of that. And now we're meeting another new enemy. They used to appear only in the third loop, but now we got them in at the end of loop 2 already. The mechs.
Okay.
This one is a bit dumb. It just crashed itself. And again, they aren't a huge problem by themselves, but once they start operating in groups, they can give you a very hard time, especially when there's other stuff going on like laser grids. Cool. I'm glad you like it. I know that you're not an easy person to please, or at least I get that impression.
Danger.
Yeah, so you guessed, or you know already that it's all pre-rendered stuff, right? All the assets in the game exist as 3D models that have been flattened into chunky pixels. So the mechs
Danger.
have they fire bullets, lasers, and guided missiles. So they are a bit of a problem. Plus, when you whittle them down to 10% of hit points, they'll attempt to ram you. More often than not, it looks like they're just flying off the screen because they actually don't line up with you. Oof! I thought I could activate my shield, but the missiles were still there. They are self-aware, yeah. They also often just fire a volley of FU missiles when they're exiting the screen. So we're in phase 3 right now, loop 3. We got 3 million on the counter. If I can rack that up a bit drastically, we'll see our first secret boss very soon. For those that don't know, Hauser is also on Shmup Junkie's Discord, a very valued member of the community. Hauser is everywhere. I see you on STG Ref 2020 as well.
Power map.
Alright, we're back on max power again, so we can start farming gold. I also got my first extend. At 3 million you get your first extend. Oh, look at all that gold.
Danger.
Oof. Okay, let's keep this one alive until I can recharge or
Okay.
reactivate my shield again. There we go. So before you could really idle in those sort of scroll stop situations, but right now there's a timer on that. So actually the stage will keep moving again if you wait around for too long, and you can get into trouble if you decide to milk for too long. actual Star Wars designs. We got actual Star Wars designs.
Okay.
This is not a bullet hell game.
Danger.
This is not a Danmaku, so you got a fairly big hitbox in this game. So don't try and micro dodge too much to predict clusters of bullets. Your hitbox is smaller than your ship, but not by that much. There we go. As you can see, the golden bullet streak. I got 260 golden bullets in the stage. They're worth 1500 points each as an extra added bonus at the end of a stage.
Okay.
So they're very much worth collecting. Yep, here we go. Secret boss. Well, not so secret anymore now, I guess. Oh, I see now. We got different designs for the missile turrets. I haven't seen these yet myself. That is cool.
Danger.
That's a good visual indicator that they're different. Yeah, they're built different. To keep that lingo. Okay, that area is much easier to clear out now.
Danger. Weapon ready.
What's going on in there? So what you see right now is actually at odds with the lore. We're not supposed to see any of this green stuff yet, but we're working on that. It's going to be rectified in a new build.
Danger.
Whoa, what was going on in there? Some glitchy stuff.
Okay.
Got him. Tentacles, pulsating nastiness. That's what it's all about. Another barrel roll. Flamoid goop. Something like that, yeah. Something's not quite well with that. The glitchy stuff is actually a glitch this time. There we go, yeah. Looks like it. That didn't look intentional. So how many deaths until now? 2, right?
Weapon ready.
I always forget after using an EX weapon on the command ship boss. I'm not locked and loaded to take care of that Bluetooth speaker in that situation. So it happened to me a couple of times that I was playing with the Greif, waiting to activate the EX shield at the very last moment, and then it turned out I didn't even have an EX shield, and I died. Let's keep it moving. So now I do have an EX weapon loaded up. I was killing that one to keep my shield gauge going, so I can farm some more bullets from the next one. Alright, that was a total brain fart. I die too often. I think after when I'm going for the Krieger mode run, I'm going to reposition my webcam a little bit as well. I have to sort of peer over it every now and then, the way it's positioned.
Okay.
Max in combination with laser grids. It's always fun.
Danger. Okay.
Danger.
Okay. Danger.
Whew.
Okay. Power max.
Power max.
Danger.
I like the new sprite for the stage 2 mini boss.
Okay.
It looks much eviler than the regular one.
Danger.
One thing that's not good is that I keep on dying. But I said I will not reload any checkpoints in this run. Hey, Jack the Avenger. Get good. Yeah. Get good at your own game. Here's a lesson to get good at your own game. So the Wyvern also has the shortest shield duration. So it gets a little bit urgent trying to keep your shield topped up with it.
Danger. Okay.
Okay. Some precise movement. It's not going to be a great score because of too many deaths. For starters, we won't make it into the secret loop. Looks like the turrets are a little bit twitchier than they usually are. Look at that, yeah.
Okay.
The last method.
Weapon ready.
Okay, chain maintained. That is good. So the multiplier will keep on climbing now.
Weapon ready.
This is going to be a decent score for this stage. If I don't die, that is. Keep collecting. Keep those turrets alive. So they give me more bullets. It's a collectathon shooter.
Danger.
with the Wyvern, it's especially crucial to take down those turrets in the bottom because they can give you a lot of trouble once you're in danger mode.
Okay. Weapon ready.
There we go. That is a pretty decent score for this stage. 474 golden bullets.
Danger.
Almost 10 million. Draw the pre-targeting lasers on top of the Wyvern's EX under, so you can come out of the EX sucking laser. Cool. Yeah, that's a good thing to add to the to-dos. If I pre-order the Platinum Edition, can I get the Wilson playable skin? Says Rob Farley. That would be something, right? Imagine playing with the Wilson. Alright, so we're in attack phase 4, which is the final loop of the game. I'm definitely not going to shatter my my personal best in this build of the game. But it is possible. Just because the Wyvern is the ship with the highest scoring potential doesn't mean that you will automatically score the highest with it. Because it takes a lot of work.
Danger.
Here they come.
Okay.
This stage can really add on in the points. Oof, nearly flew into a group of Wilsons. Right now the game actually gets a little bit hectic in the final loop of Jaeger mode. But Krieger mode is where it's at if you want a proper challenge. Very tricky to deal with that situation for this ship because of its lack of proper homing missiles.
Danger.
I just want to get rid of that mech because it might give me trouble with its targeting laser.
Okay.
Accidents do happen with that sort of stuff.
Danger.
Oof.
Okay.
I was trying to go for a good shield activation. That's why I was ducking those
Danger.
bullets for a little while. Recharging time for the shield is the longest as well with the Wyvern.
Okay. Weapon ready.
And shield countered it right before it flew off on the timeout.
Danger.
Should get R. Kelly to advertise because of the golden showers. Nice. Cross promotion synergy. Very classy. As Ben of One Credit Classics likes to say, we're better than that. Right? I'm not sure we are though. I'm not sure if we're better than that. I think I just all those early deaths. I think I just wasn't properly turned on yet. I wasn't properly switched on yet.
Danger.
All right. Maybe I still am not switched on.
Weapon ready. Danger.
Oof.
Okay.
Risky business.
Danger. Okay. Danger.
That was pretty crazy.
Okay.
I coulda, woulda, shoulda died there. Because the EX laser of the Wyvern is not a great defensive tool in those kinds of situations. You're pretty much open on all sides.
Okay. Weapon ready. Power monk. Danger. Okay.
Offense is the best defense.
Danger.
2 double tracking lasers. What a nasty piece of work this is.
Okay. Danger.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, my problem always with playing this, my beloved genre of shoot 'em ups, is that I'm just too damn inconsistent.
Weapon ready.
Alright, there we go.
Danger.
I see you with the Jason Schreier article mentions. We wish to be seen as better than that. Akai Katana Climax mode, yeah, that's fun as well. So this is the last stage in this mode. We gotta find a boss after this. But there's a lot more to see and do in Krieger mode once you feel you're ready for it.
Danger.
Oof, bullets are moving fast.
Okay.
I wonder what the rank situation is. We're at difficulty level 12. Yeah, enemy projectile speed definitely got cranked up. Cranked up despite my frequent deaths. So my enemy movement speed isn't that fast yet, but bullet speed is pretty fast. So I use the EX laser to keep my shield chain active. Because I wasn't gonna kill that mech fast enough.
Weapon ready.
Same deal here, plus it's a bit of a nasty situation to be in. And just in time. I nearly dropped my shield chain there, because of the little break in the action there. When designing the stage, I designed it in such a way that even with the ship with the shorter shield duration, like the Wyvern, should be able to keep that chain going if you're on the ball, but only if you're on the ball. And the chain is still alive. We're at a multiplier of times 24. Oof! Almost dropped it there. Again, one of those very tight windows where if you don't stay on there, you lose your chain there. And it's easy to lose it during an encounter with a group of larger enemies as well, if you don't kill them fast enough. So the balance of the Wyvern is kind of offset there. Okay, that's not great. Because its shield duration is the shortest, but it has the fastest killing power for single targets at least.
Weapon ready. Danger.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't know if I can build up an EX charge
Okay.
fast enough for the boss encounter. This might have been a little bit of mismanagement on my end. One more kill, and I have an EX charge.
Weapon ready.
Yeah, there we go. That's alright. We're good. We're safe.
Danger.
Because you don't have limited bomb stocks in this game, like managing your EX gauges, knowing when and where to use it is very vital. Especially on the higher modes and the higher loops, it becomes pretty crucial.
Danger.
Okay, no more homing missiles.
Okay.
That was pretty clean, if I say so myself.
Danger.
Colonial Marines pulse rifle tactics. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was going in too fast in that room. Fire in bursts. Alright, here we go. The final boss of Jaeger mode. Yeah, the Wyvern is a pretty good ship to deal with this boss as well.
Danger.
Almost halfway down with that first shield counter, and then
Okay.
ungodly pounding.
Danger. Okay.
Whew. Ah! I thought I was in the clear. Apparently not. No! Okay. Another disappointing run in terms of scoring.
Danger. Weapon ready.
Because you don't need these deaths if you want to get a decent score in.
Okay. Danger. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Danger.
That's a million under my old score with the Hydra. So, not too great. But
Okay.
yeah, just too many mistakes. Too many brain farts and mistakes. But still, I have performed above all expectations. Ah. Hold on one sec. Let me see if I can smartly reposition my my webcam a little bit, so nothing is in my way when playing. And special thanks to Wilson. Those that know. Close to the bullet heaven achievements. It do exactly. It does only work when you're looking at the screen. Apparently, if you don't look at the screen while playing, you die a lot. So let me see if I can get the scam set up in a smarter way. And don't have to peer over the frame like that. Something like that. $3,400 golden bullets. So the 5,000 achievement is not easy to get in Jaeger mode. No. Should be easy to get in Krieger, right? Well, easy is relative, of course, but it should be very doable. I think this should do it. This camp setup. All right, so let's dive into Krieger mode then. And I'm going to play with the ship that I haven't shown off in the stream so far, the B-60E Greif, the Griffin. Some people call it a very technical ship. Some people swear by it and think it's the way to go if you want to stay alive. I kind of agree that it's once you get used to how it works and how its EX shield works, it's a very safe choice if you just want to get as far into the game as possible
Welcome to Schildmaid.
and you don't care too much about scoring. Let me check options. Yeah, let's change the ship voice again to
Okay.
Japanese. Okay. Because I still think that's the most fitting sound. The Dutch one is good for laughs. So going from Wyvern to the Greif is very it's very jarring because of its all of a sudden extremely slow movement speed. So you can't really get around the screen very much, but you don't have to, because you can just let everything come to you and you can tank through a lot. It has the longest shield duration and the shortest recharge time. And it has an EX shield. So the EX weapon is a shield that covers the regular shield, and you can also use it to protect yourself during those danger periods. So it is a very safe ship. As you might notice, things kick off a lot faster in this mode, and I start out with only 3 lives as opposed to Jaeger mode's 5 lives, but also already on a higher power level. You don't start out at 0 power. I wasn't too sure about that, but initially when Alter Houdingen introduced that part of the starting at a higher power level, but I think it helps to get you into the action fast in Krieger mode, and now I wouldn't want to have it any other way. The Griffin level scouter. Yeah, the Griffin is kind of the Greif is kind of a backup ship. So let's put that EX shield to good use. Everything that touches it, it releases a charge towards the enemy that dared to attack it constantly, rather than the regular whatchamacallit, shield counters of the regular shield. Thanks, Steak Eater. Thanks for joining. I guess you were inspired when you saw my gameplay, right? You know. Inspired in a sense of, yeah, I could do much better than this. So hold on, let me see. Cool stuff. Yep. For those that are still here and that aren't already familiar with the game, you're gonna see some cool bosses in this run. And if you don't, that means there will be more to show next time. So we can't lose either way. Nice. It is possible with the Greif also to actually, factually get to max level power in stage 1 already. Look how close I'm teetering on losing my shield all the time. But then one of my homing missiles just hits something and it gets slowly topped up again. So with the Greif, it's actually not bad to point blank bigger ships, because they will catch the full load of your spreading shots. If you want to kill some larger targets faster, that is. There we go. Yeah, those laser carriers, those bigger laser ships, they have a safe spot in between their two front lasers. But if your shield is active, your shield has a bigger hitbox, so that won't survive. So there's a little bit of situational context of how you should approach those ships. You know, it depends on what state you're in. Are you in neutral? Are you in danger? Or are you in shield phase? Little interesting situations like that. And in this mode you'll see the big bosses turn up much faster. Killed it quick before any missiles could shoot out. So when my shield is active, I really don't want to be facing it in the front. So I off-center a little bit. Shield recharge time on this ship is just so fast. But its EX weapon refills the slowest. So that's also something to keep in mind. Yeah, definitely a wrecking ball. If you know how to use it properly, it's a very relaxing ship to work with. There's just a lot of stuff you don't need to worry about that you need to worry about with the other ships. People have trouble trying to dodge homing missiles with it, but yeah, if you play your cards right, you don't even need to dodge too many of them. Like that, like so. And I also don't. I'm not afraid of those frontal lasers when I got the EX shield up, because that blocks the lasers as well. So maybe during gameplay we can try and see what scan lines look like a little bit. I mean, as said, it's much better when you see them in person, when the screen is full size. But yeah, to my eyes, looking at it at the game full screen, it looks pretty damn cool. Very very arcade monitor like, 1980s arcade monitor. And as Alta Howdagen will tell you, this is not a mask. This is not just a screen filter. It's CRT screen emulation with separated pixels and all that goodness. Oh, look at all those bullets laid on me. So even though you can keep your shield going for a longer time with the ship, it has other challenges, isn't that? Especially in the later loops. It takes longer to kill enemies with the ship. So everything is all kind of... between the three ships, everything is all kind of balanced and offset. Yeah, exactly. If you watch the feed, if you play the feed full screen, it's probably much better. But yeah, just for you to get an idea. Oof. Just wait for my shield to recharge. Got him. With an active shield. Okay, now I'm gonna let my shield run out. So I can shield counter the mechs. There's not much to gain from those little turrets. There's a lot of situations in this game that appear very tricky, but once you've sort of figured out the safe tactic, you're no longer sweating. And there's a new thing I like to do with this boss is to isolate its homing missiles with the EX shield, so I only damage the turrets but not the ship itself, so I can keep it alone, keep it alive longer, and then farm more bullets from it. It's a cool little thing to do. You could do with the Greif. So if I keep this up, at the end of the stage we actually might see the first of the bosses already. Oof, couldn't kill it in time. That means I have to deal with danger bullets now. Or with regular bullets in danger mode. Let's stay accurate here. And like that, I kept my shield active. My chain, my chain, my shield chain. Any enemy can be a cornerstone of shield chaining. Wise words. So where the Wyvern had a lot of trouble in this situation, the Greif's homing missiles will slowly take care of this nuisance. And there we go. Yeah. And no worries in that situation with the EX shield either. Whew. Tricky. Back off. There we go. Decent score for the stage. Let's see if we triggered the boss already. No. After this stage then. Usually you trigger it around the 6 million mark. If you've been keeping your max power. But that's usually a result of keeping max power for a decent time. Good to have you, Hazel. Thanks for coming on. Sleep tight. What time is it? $10 p.m. So it's gonna be an early morning for you then. Well, I don't want to keep you, of course. So yeah, have a good night, man. Good night. I don't want to keep you having to answer all my questions here. I think I flew into one of those laser drones. When I watch the footage back, I'll probably laugh at myself. Time for a boss, yeah. But maybe that death kept me from triggering the boss. Maybe that death kept me away from triggering it. Just for a little longer. Straight into a missile, that was it. Missile visibility improvement. Yeah, probably not paying attention. We got an EX shield loaded up? Perfect. Should be good here then. Look at the punishment that this ship can dole out. You don't want to face it with a fully loaded EX shield. If you are an enemy. And an extra life. If it saves you time, I can laugh at you now. Alright, let's go. I think we got a boss fight here, yeah. Boss fight coming up. I like how the big enemy EX lasers protect me. Those heavy missile launchers. Oh! I was hanging around too much in front of those things. Too many deaths tonight. Unnecessary deaths. Oh, I see the front of the ship has changed as well. Looks pretty damn cool. Glitchy stuff going on still? I think so. Yeah, glitchy stuff. Alright. Still a multiplier kill. But my multiplier wasn't very high. So tomorrow, me and Alta they gonna have an interview coming up with the kind folks of the Retro Asylum podcast, which is a must listen if you like your old classic games. Good folks. And even though Schildmaid is a brand new game, Schildmaid MX, you can't call it even. You know, sometimes you can just say, oh yeah, it's retro if it came out yesterday. But Schildmaid MX has yet to come out. So we're going to talk on a retro gaming podcast about a game that has yet to come out. Fancy that. But yeah, as they said, it has a very vintage aesthetic. So they're very interested to ask us questions about it. It's gonna be cool. I think that's gonna be our first proper interview as a studio. We have been on a couple of podcasts before as a duo, me and Alta Houdegen. We've been on the Canerins issue of Street Fighter 4, talking all about that. And we've been on a podcast by Ryan Heyman and Ryan Quintal called Playwright, which is a podcast about workshopping ideas for video games. Very fitting. And we actually told the listeners of the Playwright podcast that we were aspiring game developers. A thing that was, at that time we were still trying to keep secret from people. We're just very shy people, you know? We're not secretive, we're just shy. Pre-tro game. Yeah. I guess you could say that. But yeah, that Playwright podcast was a couple of years ago already, right? I gave an idea for a game to workshop that I couldn't see us have any time for at all to ever develop into something tangible, but who knows? Depending on how this venture is going, we actually might get around to realizing it, or something similar to it at least. And Johannes had an idea for a game called a well-oiled killing machine, which was kind of like a mobile base building strategy game. Very different kind of game as well. Yeah, like 2 years ago, it might have been 3 years even. It was funny that we were already talking about shoot 'em ups at that time, even though we had no concrete plans to develop a shoot 'em up when we were on there. We were still talking about or working on other stuff. I trapped myself there. This Krieger mode run might end sooner than I had anticipated. But never, all hope is never lost, you know? At least I managed to clear out that situation pretty fast. But it's okay if I die on this run. because
Okay.
it will at least show our viewers that
Weapon ready.
it's not that easy to clear. 3 years, yeah, exactly. And it also means that we don't give away everything on a single stream yet. We don't show everything yet. Oh, what's going on? Something is creeping up from the rear. Oof. I don't want any parts of that. Something is hunting me down, guys. The pressure is on. Whew. Stop firing, stop firing, stop firing. Why am I still firing?
Okay.
Yeah, now I can start firing again.
Okay.
I didn't damage it very much yet. Died.
Okay.
Got him. Hope Schildmaid is eternal. And let's go. This is gonna be fun. I'm planning to keep on playing this this very game of ours every Wednesday for the time being. You know, every time we'll see some new stuff because the beta will keep on updating, and I'm gonna try and get some achievement runs done. You know, some loop skips, all that stuff. And sooner or later, I will get my head out of my ass and actually do it live on stream. Stay focused. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh no! Flying into a Wilson. What a disgrace. What's going on? Live brain farts. So, if I can kill the next secret boss without dying, I'll be happy. That'll make up for all the mistakes I've been making so far. Really? I thought I flew into a Wilson there. Alright. Let's get him out of there. I can use him to keep my shield chain going. But yeah, there's too much risk involved at this point. With only one life on the counter. And an extra life. We get 2 lives. Pew! Alright. Also not the worst ship. I think the Hydra still has the most trouble with this ship as well. Not the worst ship to face this boss with. You got some good defense mechanisms going on. Missiles. Not good for my score, these deaths, and not good for my survival. Take care of this one. There we go. Whew, still have a lot of life to rob away from him. Yeah, this raid is gonna take a little while to kill this one. Let me get one shield activation in there. That helps. And let's get him on the next activation. There we go. So if you don't know, the shield counter actually damages. Every shield activation damages the enemy that fired the shot that you shield countered, or the charge needs to find some other way to damage if the target is already dead. So it needs to find another target to punish. Purple lightning everywhere. So my survival tactic used to be here that I actually want to lose my shield against these ships and don't activate it until I reach the first mech again, so I can push him away a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Not efficient against Zako at all, actually. Zako meaning popcorn enemies, smaller enemies. For those unfamiliar with the lingo. Just activating my shield only with the next. Oh crap! I wanted to activate it on this mech, but it's okay. It's not too bad a situation here. Although now it might be. EX shield to save my ass. Again, I'm gonna wait for the next mech. On these loops, you kind of want to shield counter the mech so you can already do a good chunk of damage against them. And once they're down 50% of their health, they'll start backing off. They will stop pushing you into a corner and hunting you down. Oof. That looked like a nasty death waiting to happen. Bit overzealous. There we go. Here we go. Let's try and make it out of loop 3 at least. This means we got a lot of improvement to make on this on these next streams, which is exciting. Drop the chain. As far as I know it, it's not possible to keep a chain there. And I've actually tested every little bit of every stage, how chainable they are. And sometimes I left stages and moments in stages unchainable, just so that the survival aspect of the game wouldn't suffer, so that it's you still get yourself in. Even when you've got the game memorized, you still can get yourself into precarious situations where you won't have a shield up. There are stages that are very chainable, and there are stages that have specific dead points in there, in which your shield chain will die. And there are stages which have apparent dead points, but they have tricks. There are tricks in there to still keep a shield chaining, such as not killing a mech and letting it fly with you, so you can kill it later on instead of earlier on, during a certain quiet moment. Yeah, that's exactly it about the EX shield. That's exactly right. out of here. Oof. Almost died there. We're still alive. After many deaths. That means we got a fairly low rank, except again for enemy projectile speed, which is interesting. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. The rank factors are not random, but they increase one at a time and decrease at certain points as well. So you can get into a situation where a certain element of the rank will, or the dynamic difficulty will stay high, while the rest will drop down to 0. Such as we see there. So there's a method behind it, there's a logic behind it, but it's it keeps things fairly hard to predict, which is a good thing in my book. Keeps you on your toes without completely flipping the script. Another missile that I flew into. I'm on my last life here. Am I going to make it into loop 4? Who knows? I might very well. Or I might die to something random again. See how fast in this situation I could max out again. Bad end of stage bonus though, because of the fragmented streak. How are we gonna do this? This is gonna be fairly difficult. It's a very difficult scenario here, but it's very doable as well. Or you could die. Right. So yeah, not a great Krieger mode run at all, but that leaves something on the table for next time. That leaves something to improve there, which I'm all for that. And yeah, I mean, you've seen the 3 secret bosses of Krieger mode now, and one of the secret bosses, the last one you've seen, was the final boss of Jaeger mode, which means if we reach the end of Krieger mode, you're gonna see a different final boss there. And that's pretty crazy, that boss over there. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. I'm gonna call it a night as well. This has been a 2-hour stream. That's pretty sizable. Imagine if I made a full Krieger mode run. We still had one loop to go, although yeah, that loop would have been proceeding much faster because there were no secret bosses left to break up the flow of the game anymore. Honorable homing missile death. Yeah, missile visibility definitely has improved since the last time, drastically. But I still couldn't help but fly into them, unfortunately. So thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna keep on doing this every Wednesday for the time being. At least during the beta, probably after that as well. Because we'll have a full, complete game. Everything you see right now from Schildmaid MX is bye-bye, technically will. Everything you see now from Schildmaid MX is pretty much, for all intents and purposes, a complete game. But yeah, we got quality of life things to improve. We got some extraneous features. We got a lot of balancing and tweaking to do. Yeah, yeah, some more improvements to be made before we can finally give it the gold stamp and release it to the public. All you need is a 4-hour pod to listen to while I perform a couple of runs. Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll do my best with the editing. Yeah, so thanks everybody for joining. Hope you liked what you saw, and I'll catch you on the next one. Till next Wednesday then. Bye bye. Peace.